So, Charlie, in complete change of circumstances from talking to you last weekend after the Ipswich game, a win today through to the next round of the Cup. Got to ask you to start with, what was the rationality of going through with an unchanged team? Was there maybe points to prove?
Yeah, so it's quite an interesting one. I thought that it would be a point that gets raised. We looked at last week and we reflected all in the week, and we knew players come on and impacted the game last weekend. But ultimately, the final reflection went down to we felt a lot of the goals were easy that we conceded. We felt we did a lot of basics wrong last weekend. So it was with the starting 11 to go and prove it this weekend. You've got a perfect scenario in a cup game. There's pressure on the cup, but in terms of there's not 3 points in the league to play for, and it was actually react. We felt we did a lot wrong last week, us as a group. So that was the main reason behind it. And we said about the start, and I thought it was a really, really good start, and should have arguably been 1-0 up really early on. Good save from the keeper, and then Nicole hits the crossbar. But no, I think in the end it was rationale behind it. I think it was the right decision, and I think again we got to 60 in a tight game, and then subs went and won us the game.
But so obviously Ollie Cooper with a powerful header, link it in. As you say, but again the subs coming on, but again not there. Nice to be here. Last time we were here at Weston Park, the pitch was probably a little bit harder to play than it was today, a little bit bobbly. How does that sort of maybe change your game plan? You know that the pitch might bobble a little bit, or might throw up a few quandaries.
Yeah, I think we don't want to change anything we do. I felt out there, I thought the surface was good enough to play on. I thought it's been prepared really well here, and our argument is we have to stick to our principles and looking to play. We know 90% of the surfaces we'll go and play on will be good. There's a lot of teams playing on 4Gs now, and then obviously when we do play at the stadium, so we try not to change too much for one game. Obviously we know in the moments if there are certain areas of the pitch, or if we are struggling to build, we might go a little bit longer and more direct. But I think the players managed both in and out possession fantastically well today.
As I say, obviously through to the next round, which is nice to get a nice little cup run going as well. Obviously no game next weekend, so a little smile on your face. Is that going to be a little bit of a rest, or planning to think ahead of the FA Cup game here against Melbourne Wanderers in 2 weeks' time?
Yeah, it's a tough one because we don't like not having games. I think we get ourselves in a real rhythm and want to get into a real rhythm of games. Obviously, with the Plymouth having their League Cup game next weekend, that takes priority. So it's a difficult one, but I think it will be a good time to rest, reflect, and we've obviously progressed through. So that's why this game was so important. You never want to go on a 2-week break of being knocked out of a cup and having to dwell on that. But then we know after we've got the FA Cup, we've got midweek against Oxford and then London B. So it's going to need that whole squad, and that's why it's so pleasing that I felt all 16 of them played a real part today, and that ultimately got us the victory, because I think the depth we had and we could bring on with them fresh legs.
Also, I've got to mention as well, sitting in the stands today, a lot of Dons fans here making themselves heard and felt as well. And I think we've touched on this time and time again. How much does that really help the players as well, and yourselves in the dugout when you see the numbers here and you hear all that from the sidelines?
I think it's fantastic. It's really, really pleasing. And as you say, we could hear it all game. I think there's some real, a lot of positivity going in around what we're doing. But also we want to be exciting, and I think, like I said, I keep saying it, we've scored in every game this season. For long spells, we wouldn't have done that last season. We weren't scoring, we weren't creating chances. You always feel, whether it's the players who are starting or players who are coming on, they play with such pride. It's such a good group, such a togetherness within that, and that's what we pride ourselves on, them values. And I think the supporters get behind teams when they know they're working hard out of possession and they're exciting going forward. And I think we've shown both that, even in the games that we have lost this season.